Hey, excuse me, I'm back. Um, I've got part two of what happened over Thanksgiving. Like I said, I did a lot of hanging out with family, and I believe I left off Friday afternoon with me going over to a cousin's place. Went over to my cousin, well, it's not his place, it's really my Aunt Sherry's. But I went over, hung out with him, watched some TV, uh, just just sort of like hung out at his place, and then his sister Liz was there, my cousin, and then my cousin James came over because he had just been in town. We all of us kind of sat and watched the Texas A&M game, which was cool. And then my cousin James said that we were invited to a poker game that night, so I went and called and said, "Hey, I've been invited to a poker game. Do you mind if I don't come back till late?" And they said, "No, don't worry about it." So I go, we hang out, and then I play at a poker game from 7:30. What was that? No, it was like between 7:30 and 7:40, all the way until 1:40 a.m. Awesome. And I won. I won a poker game. Only because I mentally outlasted the last guy. He was making a few bad decisions. So was I, but he just made a worse one at a bad time. And I won. But I got lucky. That's all I can say. I didn't really have a lot of skill in there. I just kind of got lucky and kind of went, well, maybe I could do this or do that or whatever. But, I mean, it was cool. It was really cool. So that's Friday night into Saturday at 1:40 in the morning. Oh, and I get a call from a friend right after I finish with my poker game asking me for help on their Japanese homework. And I went, okay, I think you do it this way. And I told them the wrong way, and I called them back the other day about it and said sorry. Yeah. So that's there. So I crawl into bed, and I'm not out till about 2:10 maybe. Well, 2:05 probably, because I got in the house at 2 o'clock. And that locked the doors, made sure everything was okay, and that went to bed. And then I'm up at, I think I'm up at 7:30 the next morning. Nope, 7:45 the next morning, because I got 5.5 hours of sleep. And then I go about my day, hang out, and then do things with family, and then I get a call from my cousin Robert Saturday night saying, "Hey, you want to?" Or he tried to call me throughout the day Saturday while I was on the internet looking up stuff for some homework, and then so I finally got a message from him, like 5 o'clock, and that I was. And I went and we texted back and forth a couple times to get it because the reception at my grandparents' place is a little spotty at times. So either I can talk to you or I can't talk to you. There's none of this like, oh, I'm fading in and out. It kind of just drops the call on you. But yeah, so I go and help my cousin put up lights. No, I helped put up lights Friday at my cousin's place. And then I go back over to hang out with my cousin Robert and his friend Jeremy, and we hung out at my Aunt Cherry's place again, and that played a little Halo, watched some TV. I mean, just little things. I mean, that was really cool. That was fun to sit and watch Halo being played, and then we watched Transformers on DVD, which was freaking awesome. And then there was... What was the other thing? The Departed with Matt Damon, Jack Nicklaus, Leonardo DiCaprio, I think that is. Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio. Or whoever. I mean, it was a really good movie. A lot more curse words than I would have liked, but I mean, it made for an interesting movie. But that's Saturday, so we're not in bed till nearly 2:30. Oh, wait, take that back. At 10 o'clock, I was going to go, after all the gaming and TV, I was originally going to go back to my grandparents' place to spend the night before coming back on Sunday, but it had snowed all day Saturday. in El Paso. Like, Friday it had snowed, and Saturday it was still snowing, and the roads had gotten so bad. My cousin Jess had just come home from work and said that the roads were bad, just the short drive from her work. So it's kind of like, well, we're not going to go. But I don't call my grandparents because it's 10 o'clock at night. They're in bed and out by 9:30, like most every night. So calling them at 10 o'clock at night is not what you're supposed to do. But I guess I should have. But they said in hindsight it really didn't matter, and that is just to make sure I was okay. But they call my cell phone at 3:30 in the morning, and I'm all, oh, shit. Well, I get up 9:30. Yeah, 9:30. I sleep through my alarm and the phone message. And I get up at 9:30, hang out for a bit, and then head back to my grandparents' place, and I'm there at 11:10, and then they're back about an hour later. And I sit and I talk with them, and they said it's fine. If you had given us a call, that probably would have been good. My grandpa said he didn't worry about me. He knew I'd be fine. But my grandma was a little worried and didn't know if I had gotten into an accident or whatever, and that. So she was worried, but then she said, now knowing that I was okay, she said it was fine. So everything's cool with my grandparents. So then Sunday, and then I go and, let's see, Sunday. So I drive back about 12:30. Yeah, drive back about 12:30, which was cool. And then I drove back, hung out in my dorm room, looked at a lot of stuff on the internet. Oh, and then it's 11 o'clock at night, and I say, okay, I'm tired. Actually, I'm a little tired, not a lot tired, but I need to get up for class at 9:30 in the morning. So I'll go to bed. And 10 minutes later, a friend jumps on the net. I'm talking to a friend on Stick app. Then I jump off, and a different friend jumps on and talks to him. And it's kind of like, you missed him. 10 minutes. But yeah, that's kind of how things go, and then I kind of wake up and like, yeah. So that's kind of like a recap of my Thanksgiving break. Lots of cards, lots of family, lots of late nights, lots of not sleeping at the end of the week. I can tell you that. But yeah, no, I think that's pretty much it. Had a great time. Very interesting. Oh, and by the way, the video game that I played at my cousin's place, and the one that he played with his friend Jeremy, was Halo 3 on my cousin's 360. So, it was cool. So yeah, sorry about the video playing all slow. There's a low light boost on that I forgot to take off from last night when I was talking on webcam in the dark. Okay, now there should be smoother movement and a little dimmer screen. But yes, thank you for sitting and watching and listening to my story of Thanksgiving break.